Hello again and welcome to another Mordy and Glory Warhammer 40k video. In today's episode, we're going to have a little bit of a chit and dare I say chat. And this one is aimed at the beginners, those people that are getting into the Guard for the first time. Now, whether you are starting off your Warhammer 40k journey completely new and Guard is your first faction, or maybe you're a veteran of another army and you decided to dip your toe into the magical, amazing, addictive world of the Imperial Guard. Either way, this one is for you. Now, what's prompted this video is I've had a few people come forward on the live streams recently. In fact, it's possibly the most common thing that I get asked at the moment, which is, Mordian, I've decided to get into Guard and I'm really struggling. I'm like 3 or 4 games deep and I haven't won a game. I've been spending lots of time building up my models and getting my collection together. I'm playing at like 1,000 points. Hell, maybe I've even got the full 2,000 points together before diving into the games. And I'm like 4 games in and I'm just getting smashed every single time. What do I do? How can I change this? I don't want to give up on the faction, but I'm getting a little bit demotivated. Now, if I were a betting man, I would wager that quite a few people listening to that feel like it applies to them. It's like, hey, that's me. And what I want to say to you guys is, don't panic. And I want to say that in large, yellow, friendly letters on the front cover. What you're going through is a totally normal part of the Imperial Guard journey. Everyone that has picked up this faction, myself included, has gone through that. Those first few games are tough, man. They're really tough, but they're also very important and very necessary. The first few tournaments that I went to, big ones back in 6th and 7th edition, I didn't win a game. I went to 3 RTTs in a row, never won a game. I went to 2 GTs, and these were big GTs. These were 6-round GTs. Didn't win a game. I just got absolutely thrashed. But now, and this is not me flexing or wanking myself off, but now I tend to win more games than I lose. I have a long-running positive win-loss ratio. And it's because I took those losses. And this is because you learn more from your losses than you do from your victories. And Imperial Guard are a faction which I would describe as experience-based. Now, there are some armies out there which you can pick up and start getting some decent results with straight away. I'm not going to say you're just going to pick up an army and walk into winning a super major. No. But there are armies out there which are easier to pilot. There are armies out there which are simpler to understand. There are armies out there which are just a little bit more powerful, at least on the surface. A good example of this would be, and it's an extreme example, and it's not the best one, but it's the one that I can come up with at the top of my head, Eldar at the beginning of 10th. Now, Eldar are now, I'd say, quite a finesse faction, but beginning of 10th, you could just pick those bad boys up and just walk into a GT and win it. They were insanely powerful. Guard are not in that position. I tend to find, even to this day, when I encounter a faction for the first time in an edition, I lose that game because I haven't got my experience against it. Imperial Guard are one of those armies where you need to be able to judge on that sort of gut instinct, on that knowledge. Okay, if I move this unit of infantry out, will it be able to survive that firepower? If I fire this tank into that opposing unit, will I be able to do the damage that I want to do? And the first time that you do all these things, you probably won't judge it 100% correctly. You'll probably go, yeah, that unit of 20 Cadians can move on to that objective and stick it. And then your opponent, there's only like 5 Khorne Berserkers. I outnumber them 4-1. And then those 5 Khorne Berserkers just chew through every motherfucker in the room. Well, you learn, next time you learn that actually you need to move out with those 20 guards when there needs to be feel no pain attached there. Perhaps you need to call in some artillery, soften those Berserkers up. But you didn't know that the first time. First time that you played, you were like, it's 5 Marines. Marines at the end of the day. Oh, these ones are a bit more choppy, but yeah. But the second time, you've learnt. You've gone, no. Those Khorne Berserkers are a bit different to the Space Marines that I faced in my last game. Those Khorne Berserkers are way more melee orientated. So I need to really take that into account when I'm judging how much I need to put onto this objective. Maybe I'm not putting 20 guys onto the objective. Maybe I'm putting 30, maybe I'm putting 40 on, because I now know that I'm going to lose 20 and I'm going to need 20 left over for the clapback. So of course, if you're picking up guard for the first time, you're going to be encountering a lot of new factions. You're going to be encountering a lot of new situations, new missions. And so you're going to lose your first few games because you haven't got that gut instinct yet. You haven't got that knowledge. You haven't got that just innate understanding of how much needs to be applied where. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not lambasting you. We've all been there. It's just part of the guardsman journey. But every single time that you lose a game, every single time that you play a game of 40k, whether you're beginning or whether you're a veteran, the most important thing is to keep an open mind. I know that the famous 40k saying an open mind is like a fortress with its gates unlocked and unbarred and all that kind of stuff. But seriously, memeing aside, those first 10 games that you play as guard, you almost want to be like rejoicing in the losses because you want to be analyzing those games. Don't walk away from your 4th, 5th, 6th loss thinking, oh man, this game sucks. Oh, this guy hates it. Oh, blah, blah, blah. In a pit of your own filth and despair, wallowing, having a good old fucking wallow in your sadness. Don't do that. Come away from that game and go, okay, what worked and what didn't work? Go through it turn by turn. You don't have to remember every minute detail, but go through it and go, okay, when I tried to shoot that enemy vehicle, I thought my Rogal Dawn could do it on its own, but actually it took a Rogal Dawn to like take half the wounds off, or maybe 2/3 the wounds. In my next game, when I encounter that enemy gladiator, I know that I'm going to need 2 tanks to guarantee that job done. So when you start deploying your units, you're like, okay, I need to pair these 2 tanks up together. Okay, last time I tried to take that objective, I just put 1 Chimera on there with a 10-man squad. That didn't quite work. Next time I'm going to put a Chimera with a 10-man squad, and I'm also going to move forward like a couple of Sentinels on that objective, just really to lock it down. Or maybe it's not all about underestimating, you kind of overestimation. You're like, okay, last time I really overcommitted into destroying that land raid. I thought it was a big chunky thing, it was going to take like every gun in my army, but actually I overcommitted and I had a few units that didn't get to shoot because I was too worried about this unit. All right, next time I play into that, I'll know how much it takes to destroy it, and I can be more efficient with my firepower and more appropriate with my target priority. And I promise you, I guarantee you, if you keep that mind open, if you absorb that knowledge, be like the mighty sponge, be absorbent, and you take every loss as a very valuable learning experience, and you make sure that you don't just focus on the negative, but you focus on what worked and what didn't work, I guarantee you, it might take 6 games, it might take 10 games, it might take a few more than that, but let's say 10 on average. I guarantee you, after 10 games, you are going to turn that franchise around. You're going to find yourself starting to win consistently. And you're not going to win every game. Don't get me wrong. You're not going to win every game. And you're still going to have those games of 40k where the dice go against you. And you're still going to have those games of 40k where it's just a bad match. It was a bad call, Ripley. Bad call. But you'll start feeling more in control. You'll start feeling more proactive rather than reactive on the battlefield. And you'll start getting it. You'll start making those decisions, and you'll see your decisions becoming more impactful. You'll see you taking that objective and holding it like you planned to. You will see you destroying that enemy platoon like you planned to. And it will all come down to that experience. So if you are a guard player right now, if you're a new player to 40k right now, no matter what faction that you collect, if you're a little worried because you've spent a bit of money and a lot of time and you're just not getting those wins in, you might be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 losses deep, don't panic. Take a step back, take a deep breath, go into the next game and make sure you've got that open mind. Because everyone's been there. It's a part of the journey. And as long as you can learn from your losses, you'll end up becoming a very, very formidable player. And let me tell you something. one last point. When you do get that first win, and it's not a win because of luck, it's a win because you know you made the right decisions and you applied the right tactics. When you get that win, it is one of the sweetest, most elating feelings in the entire world. It's a victory earned, not a victory given. But of course, all of this is just like my opinion, man. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Are you one of those new players right now? Are you struggling a little bit? Share your experience. You might find by just typing it out, you're able to process it a little bit more, start to learn things from it. And if you're a veteran player and you see someone who's commented down there needing a bit of advice, feel free to jump in and give them that advice. Be polite, be respectful, don't tear them to pieces or anything like that, because they are obviously going through that delicate part of the journey right now. And hopefully between this video and between the new players and the veterans coming together down in the comment section, we can actually help a lot of people become better players, and also, most importantly, more important than anything else, start enjoying this game. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to never miss an episode. Would you like to know more? If so, then please consider becoming a channel member or patron. By supporting the channel, not only will you be doing your part, but you'll also be helping me create more content for your viewing pleasure and unlocking a whole host of perks. You get everything from a badge next to your name, custom emojis, but the big one is access to the Mordian Glory Discord server, an online community with almost 2,500 active members. It's always popping off in the MG Discord. We've got channels for army lists, hobbying, tactics, stories, and even a pretty spicy meme section as well. For all you greenhorns that wanted to see the Mordian Glory Hole, today is your lucky day. And joking aside, I do want to say a massive thank you to all of the current channel members and patrons. You guys are amazing, truly the lifeblood of the channel. I could not do Mordian Glory full-time without the incredible and generous support of my members, so thank you guys so much. And last but certainly not least, I want to say a personal thank you to all of my top tier Patreons. These are the War Masters, the people who have truly gone above and beyond the call of duty. So a heartfelt thank you to Alex Dengal, Bon Vert, Mad Larkin, Marcus Roberts, Mark Panconi, RJ Scorpion, Swordfish Trombone, Try Again Bragg, John Stubbs, Nick Walsh, Diesel Fox, and August Barney. Seriously guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your support is incredible and it makes a huge difference. Thank you so much. That's all for now. Hope you've all enjoyed today's video, and of course, as always, see you guys next time.